Did you know that over 70% of tweens have social media accounts? But most parents are unaware of the dangers their kids face online. Today, we're going to look at the prevalence of social media use among tweens, that is, ages 8 to 12, and the potential risks. I am Lawrence Edem, the host of the Family Cyber Clinic platform, which has been going for 5 years plus. I'm a cybersecurity expert and trainer, and I'm crucially a father. And so I've gone through this journey, and I know a thing or two, about this particular issue. With social media becoming an integral part of everyday life, many tweens have accounts even before they hit their teenage years. As of recent studies and reports, it's quite common for tweens, again, ages 8 to 12, to have accounts on social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. Now, I'm going to share some data from the iPhone and insights regarding this trend. So we'll go to the iPhone and I'll show you that data, okay? All right, so this is data showing how common it is for tweens to have accounts on social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. Of course, this is data from years back, but not so far. and I will make an attempt to put, the recent information, more recent, I should say, in the description, okay? So it says of recent studies, and we're still talking about the tweens, the general statistics on social media use amongst tweens. And so the first data point would be a common sense census, media used by tweens and teens. It states here that about 38% of tweens have their own social media profiles. And of course, this presents a significant increase from previous years. Now, let's look at platform-specific data. We look at Instagram, and I'm sure it's showing also for you. While Instagram's official policy, and I think this will run true across all the platforms that I'm going to highlight, the official policy requires users to be at least 13 years old. And it's so clear because I've logged in. And that's one thing I would encourage some parents to do. In fact, all parents. Go and log in and attempt to do the things that you're hearing your young ones are exposed to. So many tweens still use the platform even though they are not 13. And this is also quite sad that parents often assist their kids to get these accounts, even though they know, of course, they gave birth to them, that their kids are not 13, which is obviously a misrepresentation of their age. Pew Research Center reported a few years ago also that 72% of US teens ages 13 to 17 use Instagram, indicating the platform's popularity, which likely extends into the tweens demographic as well. So you can see that the young ones are using these platforms, and to hear the percentages of what tweens are doing who have no business. And I'll explain why they have no business on social media. Let's look at TikTok's data. TikTok, as we know, has seen a surge in popularity amongst our younger ones, the younger audience. Despite also a minimum age requirement of 13, the application appeals to younger demographics. Needless to say, it's quite significant. Again, common sense census, the media used by tweens and teens, they report and highlight that TikTok usage has become widespread among tweens, with many children under 13 actively engaging with the platform. Now let's look at Snapchat. Snapchat also requires, so These platforms, you should know that I'm not against you. I'm not fighting you. I see the things and the efforts that you're putting in to make these platforms safe, your platform safe. But the kids are circumventing. They're finding ways. And unfortunately, the parents are assisting them. So I'm just stating fact, okay? Snapchat also requires users to be at least 13, but it has a considerable number of users who are tweens. The platform's features like ephemeral messaging and filters appeal to the younger audience. Ofcom reports that Snapchat remains popular among younger age groups with substantial engagement from those slightly younger than the official age limit. Again, all this information, all data points and insights, Common Sense Media seems to be the forerunner on providing this information. They found that a significant number of parents are aware of their children's social media use. About 56% of parents know their child has a social media account, and many assist in setting them up. Many platforms, the ones I've mentioned, have introduced features aimed at protecting younger users, such as restricted accounts, parental controls, and content moderation. The trend of tweens using social media is fueled by increased access to smartphones and the desire to connect with peers. Okay? Many tweens still circumvent these rules, even though it's clearly stated that only those that are 13 and over should use the platform. So despite age restrictions, a significant number of tweens are active on social media platforms like the ones I've stated. And the fact remains that parents are assisting them to get signed up to these platforms. Now let's discuss some of the inherent risks associated with allowing your young one get onto social media before they are officially ready. The first area is cyberbullying. Real stories have been shared on the Family Cyber Clinic platform about the impact of cyberbullying. So I will advise that you go and have a peek, okay, whilst you enjoy all the other content. There are also privacy issues, okay? Personal information can be used, in the wrong way because the kids are kids. They obviously don't know how to, decipher or approach adult content or mature content. And so because they're not quite the age, and granted, there's some kids who are that age or in that demographic who do have some maturity and perhaps their parents are really policing what they do, but it doesn't change the fact that the platform is for 13 and over. And so they still don't have any business on the platform. Because when mom's not there, when dad's not there, they feel entitled. And just because of that, that's crucially why we are sharing this content. We also have the risk of, like I've kind of hinted, being exposed to inappropriate content. So if it's a platform for 13 and over, we can't blame these platforms who work so hard to prevent inappropriate data getting to the wrong people. We can't blame them because we are the ones allowing the kids, or we don't have measures or controls in the home to prevent them from doing this, okay? So they get exposure to inappropriate content. And it's important that we are aware of that. Again, one of many reasons why we're sharing the content. And there's the mental health impact. A kid who is not ready for the kind of stuff we have on social media will be pressurized, to conform to online standards that they see their friends who are maybe a year older, slightly older. It's hard to conform, and then they start having inferiority complexes, which often will affect their overall mental health. Okay? It's important that we understand that, like I shared in one of the graphs at the beginning, you can see there that tweens, the percentage is not something we should accept, because if that many are on social media, then the risks that I have shared with you now are evidently going to affect them. And so we don't want that to happen. And so we've come up with some tips that should help you signpost your child, or at least shade your child before social media becomes a thing for them. And the first area or tip will be open communication. Again, we share this on the platform often enough, so those who are on the platform know where this is heading. We must have open and honest discussions with our tweens about their online experiences. There's the aspect, another tip will be monitoring and restrictions. And on the platform, we say use parental controls where possible and also where appropriate. Okay? And understand platform-specific privacy settings. A third tip will be education on online safety. It's very important that you're the parent, that you educate your tween about privacy, digital footprints, and sharing personal information online. We've said it, and I'm going to repeat it. The internet does not have a delete key. So you don't have, oops, I did this by mistake, can I have it back? No, once it's there, it's there. And even if the platform manages to delete the data, what stops another foe or friend taking a snapshot with their smartphone? Once it's up there, it's up there. And it's a healthy balance, rather it's a healthy thought to have, that once it's out there, you have no control, and you can't release control of your most sensitive and private data. And so to avoid that, parents, please train them, educate them on the importance of online safety. We've talked about balance, again, on many videos on this platform. Encourage activities outside of social media, such as hobbies and sports. It seems so basic to be saying this in 2024, but we've got to be intentional. And you can set specific times for social media use in the home, and maybe even have a tech-free time in your home. I know of folks who, whilst they're on the table for dinner, there are no phones, nothing digital. And that seems archaic and outmodish, but it works, okay? And so those tips should help you along amongst the many. That's why I'm inviting you, if you're not part of this platform already, to subscribe to the channel, because there's so much content that will help you as a parent shade your child. And of course, if you like the video, I will urge you to, like it. It's as simple as that. Just click the like, all right? And share this information with your friends and families, okay? Comments help YouTube pass this content to others, all right? So engage in comments, suggestions, questions. If you don't like the video, also don't like it, okay? I hope you do. I encourage you, while subscribed to the channel, to, go through the content. We have playlists that should help, you go through a lot of the content. We have content about, older young ones or older youths who've been through this experience, and they tell their stories. They've been on this journey, and some are still on this journey that have done it too. So it's important. Really, it will make me so happy to have you do that. Okay, so we're going to look at what we've discussed and some things I didn't even capture by way of summary. Okay, so there's no doubt that there's prevalence of social media use by the tweens, ages 8 to 12. They have social media accounts on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. And that's despite these platforms typically having a minimum age requirement of 13. Reports indicate that social media use amongst tweens is on the rise. Another fact that I want you to remember, all right? With platforms like TikTok and Instagram being particularly popular, all right? Instagram is often accessed by tweens. These are facts, sometimes with parental assistance, like I alluded to. And that's still even though the official age is 13, all right? Now, many parents are aware of their children's social media use. And that would be okay if I ended there if the kids are 13 plus, but they're not. So parents are often helping their kids set up accounts. And of course, that means the kid has nagged and you've just fallen for it. So the fact that parents are involved in managing their children's online activities, like I mentioned, is no excuse for getting them on the platform before their time, okay? That's, I was going to say QED, that's just a given, all right? No matter how much supervision you give them, you're not always going to be around them. But once the account is created, it's created. And I don't know of any parent who would micromanage their child from morning to night, day in, day out. It's not possible. So just don't do it, okay? Because there are associated risks and concerns like I've shared, age inappropriateness. You know, tweens using platforms meant for older users may be exposed to inappropriate content or interactions. We've discussed privacy and safety, concerns about the safety of personal information and the potential for cyberbullying or exploitation. We mentioned mental health, potential negative impacts on mental health due to exposure to unrealistic standards, peer pressure, and the like, okay? So it's important also to be aware and to be educated. You, the parents. Digital literacy is crucial for you and guardians to educate the tweens about safe and responsible online behavior. Parental control use, I've mentioned it. Use it, okay? It helps you monitor what they're doing, and it can help safeguard the children's online experiences. This is definitely not the last point by any imagination, but we've spoken about open communication. Encourage open dialogue between yourself and your children about their online activities. Okay? It will help address issues. It will foster a healthy understanding of social media's role and risks. Okay? While social media use amongst tweens is prevalent and often facilitated by parents, it's important to remain aware of the associated risks. This underscores the need for parental involvement, education on digital safety, and the implementation of protective measures to ensure a safe and positive online experience for young users. So that it's not all gloom and doom, I would like to end on a positive note. Being proactive and involved in your children's digital lives empowers them to navigate the online world safely and confidently. By staying engaged, you help them make informed choices, build healthy habits, and enjoy the positive aspects of technology while safeguarding their well-being. Again, I've been your host, Lawrence Eden, Until next week when we release another video, God bless and goodbye.